Because what AI does is to analyze the subject area to you, is also going to analyze your skill sets. Back then, teachers would just teach randomly, but what AI will do for you is based on the data you've inputted before, based on your journey with AI have an understanding of where you are, like your knowledge level. So depending on what you're going to learn, AI will know how to make it practical to you, how to improve that teaching learning so that you understand it.
Okay, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from. My name is Oluwayemisi Adebayo, and of course, I'm still your very host for TTS Podcast. And as we do it monthly, we bring in interesting guests with experience to discuss pressing issues that bother us or that have to do with teenagers, youth, and young youth in particular. So, on today's episode, we're discussing something very interesting. We all know that as far as 2026 is concerned, it's not even just 2026, from 2025, 24, 23, down to 2026. AI has been one of the most popular topic, and not just the topic, it has been the reality of today. So, we're discussing another interesting topic that, boils down on how AI is being used. Right. Before now, there have been doubts of can AI really be the next thing? But now there's no doubt because AI is now the big thing, not just the next thing, it's not the big thing. And as much as AI is very helpful, doing wonderful things, helping businesses, work, individuals work more efficiently, and then giving us positive results and stuff like that, there are still other sides to AI. And that's what we want to look at, especially with the young youth. How are they using AI? Let's look at it in terms of learning. Are they properly using AI? So, with me to do justice to the topic is no other person but Israel Oyenigbehin. He's going to help me do the pronunciation properly. So, Israel is an AI advocate. Over the years, he's been helping young youth, integrate AI into their learning. So, Israel is going to be doing justice. He's going to be talking to us about AI and learning. What's the impact? What's the benefit? And how can we use AI, positively to achieve results? Right. So, Israel, you're welcome to the program.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Yemisi, for having me and the team. I'm happy to be here, and it's a lovely conversation.
All right, no worries. We are happy to really have you here today. So I will start by asking this very question because we need to understand AI. So everybody understand AI is artificial intelligence, but then again, what is AI, and how is it important to learning?
Thank you. I know that AI, the way we even say it here, I don't want to go into the different types right now. Just the simplest things, how people can understand is AI is like the science of making machines smart. We know that we are in a digital transformation era. So understanding how this works, just learning how machines are smart, how we can. And one thing people should know about AI is AI is not human. AI is just trying to mimic human. And that's why we tell people that AI is not smart. AI cannot think. They don't have emotion, right? So, but we just need to know that in the simplest form, AI is the science of making machines smart. They are trying to make a machine smart, but on their own, they're not smart. That's why AI cannot exist alone. AI needs human to perform optimally, to function very well. AI will always need human. So just for people to understand what AI is the science of making a machine to be smart. That doesn't mean they are smart, but they're just trying, they're just trying to be smart. So that's what I tell people. Just seeing it like a computer with a brain that can learn, that can make decision. But on its own, it cannot stand on its own. It needs input, it needs human to make all of those decisions.
All right, thank you so much, Israel, for that. I mean, that has given details to what AI is. So I'm going to move straight up to you because we're trying to look at how AI is helping learning, right? So in terms of AI learning, what's the difference? Because many years ago, in some centuries back, we used to have the traditional learning where people were ordinarily. I remember when years when we were in school, library was our friend. After school, we'd go to library, get materials, and read. But now that era is being regarded as traditional era. So right
Yeah.
now, what is traditional learning and what is AI learning?
All right, thank you. I'll say AI in modern education is you infusing artificial intelligence tools and the system to support learning. And here, we're not just using it to support learning, we are using it to personalize learning. Obviously, in the olden days, in the classroom, once a teacher is coming to class, it's just teaching people randomly. I mean, back then we have people that there are 100 people in a class, we have 200 people in a class, and a particular teacher is just teaching them, not knowing that out of these 100 people, there are different personality, there are different methodology. The way he or she is explaining to A, 10% might get it, 20% might not understand, and a larger portion of the participants or the student might not even understand what the teacher is teaching them. That's the old technology. But in modern education, when we're talking about how we can infuse AI into education, what AI does is it helps you to personalize learning, right? So what you're learning is personal to you. It's able to tailor-made content or the delivery, what you're trying to learn is going to personalize, because what AI does is it's going to analyze the subject area to you, is also going to analyze your skill set. So where you are, you know, back then teachers would just teach randomly, but what AI will do for you is based on the data you've inputted before, based on your journey with AI have an understanding of where you are, like your knowledge level. So depending on what you're going to learn, AI will know how to make it practical to you, how to improve that teaching learning so that you understand it. So talking about education generally, when we infuse AI into education, AI will help us to personalize learning. So it's not just random. It's not going to teach you randomly. It's going to test your skill set, know
Mhm.
where you are, know where you are going, and also be able to cover up with those skill sets, those
Okay.
knowledge gaps that you have. AI will personalize and just help you through the journey. It's not like the public or the domain knowledge where in the olden days that teachers are just trained to us in the classroom. AI will help you, like just is a personal tutor. It's going to guide you, like just taking you one step at a time. That's what AI is doing in modern education.
All right, thank you so very much for that explanation. And if I get you correctly, which of course I totally agree, it's just like AI is more personalized, understanding you as a person and helping your learning is a like kind of personalized learning, picking you up. Because I totally understand when it comes to youth and individuals learning, our learning differs. There are some people who learn, very fast, and there are some people who learn slowly. There's some people who learn more with pictures, with videos, and all of those stuff. So I know, I totally understand that with the help of AI is helping to pick up people from every stage they have and move them to the next level. Right. Thank you so much for that. But before we move right into some of the issues and how they can use AI positively, let's look at some of the platforms. What are the platforms that we have that people are currently using to learn? What are the available platforms that students are using and teachers are also using?
There are different platforms we use to learn these days. Obviously, everybody knows Google. Google is your friend. That's what we tell people. Google is your friend. Even when you ask dumb questions on Google, Google will always provide you like an alternative. Google will ask you, do you mean, are you referring to, I mean, if you're not able to construct the question very well, Google will just give you like a sub answer just so you have an understanding of what you're referring to. So I believe that every young people should know how to use the internet to their advantage. And I know that there are a lot of digital literacy out there where we are talking about cybercrime, how people should use the internet for safety, because obviously the internet can be used for many things, both the good ones and the bad ones. But talking about learning, I want to believe that young people should be able to use the Google, just the Google thing. When you input any search query on Google, it will give you a lot of data that, when you try to now learn or just try to read up, it will open different domains. So I believe that Google is a go-to place. Much more than that, obviously, we have ChatGPT here that just ask your question. It will give you an answer. So looking for platforms to learn, there are many platforms to learn. I can't begin to mention all of them here, but there are different platforms to learn. In fact, asking Google on its own, one saying this is we're in a generation where things are changing, things are evolving. Before you open your eyes, another template is out. Before you say Jack Robinson, another AI tools is out. So every now and then, I mean, things are just changing. So if you're still stuck with this particular platform that you're using today, you'll be shocked that tomorrow another one is out, another one, and that's the like that's how things keep evolving. So just stay abreast really well. Any platform you find convenient. I don't want to push for any brands right now, but anyone you find convenient, just stick to it. But just like I said, there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of platforms that can serve you. Just ask the right questions and you're good to go.
All right, thank you so much for that. You're correct, and I still agree with your point of there are different platforms that you can use to learn, and also, for those who teach as well, there's so many learning platforms. I think they call them LMS and stuff like that.
LMS,
Yeah,
learning management system.
yes, learning management system. Right. So that being said, let's look at the ethics. What are the ethics to learning with AI? Because of course, we've had so many issues of people, learning wrongly. So, what are the ethics to learning with AI, especially for young youth and teenagers?
I love this particular question because in this age and time, as far as we encourage people to use AI, it's expected of us to tell them the way they should use AI. So it's not just about using AI. There is a right way to things and a wrong way to things. And so ethical AI use, it's the ability, for a person, young people, learners to be able to partner with AI. So you're doing partnership with AI. You're not outsourcing everything to AI. AI is just coming to, just work with you. You are the one that have the domain knowledge. You are the one that know what you're searching for, what you want to learn. So ability to use AI proficiently, just using it as partnership. So in such a way that you are still the driver, like you are the one on the driver's seat, you are the one that is still commanding, you are the one that is still telling AI what you want it to do for you. And I know this is a long conversation, but just the ethical guidelines that I believe that are good for young people to use is number one, they should not outsource everything to AI. And what do I mean? Whatever you ask AI to do for you, don't hold that response with your life. I mean, you should be able to filter. When you get responses from AI, you should be able to filter it. And that's why we have brain. I said it earlier that AI doesn't have brain. I mean, that's what differentiates us from them, obviously. AI is just a machine. There's no emotion to it, there's no brain, there's no human capacity. So whatever you get from AI, you should be able to filter it. You are the one that have the reasoning, you are the one that is logical. You should be able to put all of that to test. Whatever output you get from AI, you should be able to check it. Then I also believe that while as much as we are using AI to do our work, our assignments, you should try as much as possible not to submit what you get directly from AI. Because in the process of doing your assignments, you can ask AI some questions just for reasoning. You want to, maybe there was a particular theorem, there's a particular theorem that you learned in class, and you want to get maybe the genesis of that theorem, the origin of that theorem, who is the author, like what's the background of that thing. You can use AI, to learn all of those things. But whatever you get, maybe a classwork or a test, something that was given to you that your teacher asked you to do, I don't want you to just copy everything to AI. And whatever AI gives back to you, that's why you're submitting. No, that can be called, is it plagiarism? Yeah, that's plagiarism. So whatever you get, yeah, plagiarism. Whatever you get from AI, you should be able to analyze it. You should be able to filter it. In fact, custom made it to what you're trying to do. So whatever you get from it, don't just do copy and paste. Don't do that. You must be able to do all your past checks, check all the formulas, check all the quotation, whatever they quote for you, make sure you check it. Like do further findings. Check all the sources, all the links that AI gives you. Make sure that you check them because you can't just do copy and paste. If you do that, you might be wrong. You might be wrong because AI can be wrong. Just so you know, AI can be wrong. And so make sure that you do your fact check. The very important thing I used to tell people is make sure you don't draw personal information. Don't put your personal information with that. You don't have to give AI your PIN, your registration number, your exam number, your student ID. All of those things, they're not necessary. They are confidential information. it's not wise for you to input it in a public AI prompt. No, you don't need to do all of that. Just stick to general knowledge, general domain, whatever is personal to you, whatever is private information for you, for your friends, for your family. Make sure you don't have to input all of that in the domain knowledge. Just stick to general knowledge. And lastly, just master fundamental. So whatever you want to learn, say you are a math student, you're trying to get a formula, they give you like a quadratic equation, you want to test it, make sure that you know the basics of that formula. I mean, everybody know that a is the a plus x plus times x. What I'm saying is, don't just copy everything, you put it in ChatGPT, and the output you couple it and you're summing. No, whatever AI is giving to you, you should be able to cross-check it that, oh, this is the basic formula. A plus B equals to C. If you want to transpose it, you should be able to know those fundamentals. And that's why it's important that whatever they are teaching you in school or on campus, you should be able to listen. Just have a domain knowledge. That will help you in interfacing with AI, in generating your prompt. It will give you ideas, and also whatever is not right, you'll be able to judge it by the
Identify.
formulas or the rules that you're familiar with. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. In fact, that was really eye opening, and I think you've said more than enough, right? You said a lot about the ethics and some of the things to watch out for, because really we've come to an age and time where people just believe, thank God for AI, and to everything that they do, they just copy directly. So thank you so much for that clarification again. That it's important that you know the basics, you understand the topic, the subject itself, and AI can just be used as a tool to enhance the
Yeah.
knowledge, right? And that's pretty much very good. Thank you so much again, once again. So moving ahead, let's talk about the skills. Right? What are the normal skills? I mean, that a young youth or teenager needs to have before they can use AI, because it is believed that, oh, I just need to understand prompts, the right prompt skills. Do they need any skills to really know how to use AI, especially in terms of learning?
Yeah, thank you. There are skills, obviously, there are skills to learn. It's not just about prompts. Yeah, prompting is good. Actually, people should learn prompts. There's something we call prompt engineering. I believe that people should learn how to prompt, because your ability to prompt very well would determine the output that you get from any AI platform. So it's like just asking a random question with Google. If you just ask Google, what is this? What is that? Google will give you a response for that same question. You can put it in a structured way that I'm trying to get so and so using these templates according to this theorem. Like, you can just put a lot of prompts together and you give AI. If you do that, AI will structure your answer for you, and it will be very robust. So I believe everybody should learn how to do prompts. I mean, prompt engineering, there are a lot of courses out there that are a little free that people can access. But coming to this question, that what are the skills? Hmm. The first thing I'm going to talk about is problem solving. Everybody should have a problem solving mindset, a problem solving skills, because as human, we are the one that will ask the right questions. We are the one that will ask AI to generate this for us. We are the one that will ask AI to tell us more about this, right? Whatever AI is giving back to us, when we have this problem solving mindset, we should be able to now evaluate it, that, okay, why am I even asking AI in the first place? Is it giving me the right answer? Am I able to make final decision based on these inputs I'm getting? So I believe that people should have this problem solving mindset. And obviously that comes with critical thinking, because you should be able to criticize AI. Whatever AI is giving to you, you should be able to judge it. That, yo, are you sure? Are you sure this thing you're telling me is right? I mean, you should be able to you should be able to criticize AI and just all of those domain knowledge. Then number two, I'm sure that for young people, we are, maybe not everybody, but we should be digitally savvy. We should have this digital literacy. We should have an understanding of how AI works. I don't. I'm not saying that you should pursue a degree or you should have a master's degree in everything, but just basic knowledge. Just basic knowledge. We should not just focus on what is happening on social media, which is good. You should do that, but much more than that, how technology work, how technology are changing the world that we are in, because this is our generation, and the impact, digital literacy, all of these things, they are big, they are very massive in this generation. So I just believe that we should have just basic digital literacy, just having an understanding of how things work in the technology space, what is happening in mass, what is happening in your country, what is happening in the world, just having an understanding of how technology works. Then obviously one should be creative. You should accept creativity. You should be able to optimize things. You should be able to check facts. You should be able to check figures. You should be able to have an understanding of how do people come up with ideas, they build it, and today is the product and it's working, and people are subscribing to it, and people are working, and people are using it, right? These are creativity skills that everybody, like everybody should subscribe to, everybody should buy it. Then for young people, because of the generation that we are in, I want to believe that they should have this innovation spirit, like they should just desire that things to be better. Whatever they are using, whatever tools they are using, they should just have an idea of how can we improve these things? How can we make it better? How can it serve more people? When they have this mindset, they will be able to implement AI, because whatever they're asking AI, if it's not serving them, if it's not optimizing for the correct thing, they will be curious. They will be curious. They want to ask questions that, oh, what is going on? How can we do better? Right? So I believe that it's one of these things that young people should try. Then last thing I want to say is people should be comfortable. Maybe not comfortable is well, but just adaptability. They should be able to adapt, because just like I said, we're in a generation where things are changing very fast. And I'm going to use workspace as an instance. If you are working in a workspace and they give you a tool, you'll be surprised that next quarter they will tell you that this tool that we are using, we're changing, that we want to use another tool, because you have a domain knowledge of how things work in the first two. Even when the new one is coming, you'll be able to navigate easily. The templates might be different, the user interface might be different, but most of these tools, once you have like a fundamental knowledge, you can always navigate them. So that's how things work also in this world, right? So for young people, they should be able to adapt to things, because things are changing easily. I said it earlier that every now and then AI tools are coming out. Another software, see, tomorrow, another software is out. Another AI tool is in the making. So people should be able to adapt, and just as these things are coming out, they should be able to use it, adapt, and just implement. And I think these are good things, because these skills will help them not just in the career space or in the technology space, even in life generally, because
Yeah.
like things are always changing, things are always evolving.
Mhm. Mm.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I was just listening to everything that you are saying, because indeed, I mean, sure, you're very correct that things are changing and adaptability has become the order of the day. Where while you are trying to settle in and into an AI to another set of AI tool is being launched, right? So it's
yeah,
important that we keep integrating ourselves with the new style, learning, and of course, like you said, ultimately be adaptable, be flexible. Even at workplaces, yes, you're using this tool for a project, you're managing the project with this tool, and in the next couple of months or 3 months they're changing, updating the tools and stuff like that. And I think those are some of the other phases of AI as well, some of the challenges, the fact that there is an instant upgrade, unlike the traditional means where it takes months, years, for changes to happen. But right here and right now in this time and age, changes are actually happening in seconds.
it's an agile world. Yeah,
Yes, an agile world, and we just need to keep adapting. All right, so thank
yeah,
you for that. Now let's move a little bit to some of the. Let's talk on the challenges of AI. In learning, because you've mentioned some of the challenges of people copying verbatim, copying directly, from AI. What these challenges? How can we, tackle it as an individual? Right? Is there anything that the government? Because right now it's been, according to statistics, there are fears that people don't do research as much as they should because they just believe that AI is going to solve some areas for them. So we're having the fear of in the next generation what's going to happen to humans now that AI is coming and people are not lazy intellectually, they're not involving in research, they're not doing the necessary things. So, what do you think? What's your hold on this? What's your stand on this? And what are the challenges and how can we combat these issues?
Yeah, thank you. For me, I personally believe that AI is not here to disrupt. Well, AI is here to disrupt, but AI is not here to how can I put it? But it's not here to sack anybody. If for a lecturer or the stakeholders, if they are afraid that, oh, AI is here to collect my job or something, that's not the goal. Actually, I believe that for teachers, for lecturers, they can actually use AI. When they use AI in their field of work, I believe that personally, they will reach more people, they will record more impacts. They will do more. In fact, they will be more fulfilled because the traditional setting is not working again. I mean, I'm in Nigeria and I went to a public school, public uni, and there's sometimes that they will just ask us to come to the lecture or the theater hall. We have about 600 students, and one lecturer is at the front speaking. We are not listening because we can't even hear him. We can't even understand some of the things we learn on campus. We didn't learn it directly from our lecturers, maybe from the material that we bought, because all of them always mandate us to buy their material. Maybe it's from the material, or thank God there are some of these guys, there are some of our colleagues that maybe they've went for their HND before, or they've gone to do their, so they have some knowledge. They are the one that organize tutorial for us to have just have a glimpse of what these guys, our lecturers, are teaching us. And so in the place of exam, we just cram everything in that handout, cram everything, go to the exam hall, go and paste it, and everybody ball out. But the impact today, that's not the impact because those things we learned on campus, we're not even using it. Some of us, it was after school that we now had to learn. Some of us had to do some acceleration program. Some of us had to go back to school, but obviously not the formal setting. We had to do some courses. We had to do some tutorial. We had to buy some courses online, professional setting. It was when we finished those courses that we went for internship, learn some of those basic skills for workplaces. And that's why we're on a job today. All of these things, they are not what they taught us on campus. I even believe that those things that are teaching us on campus, they are not preparing us for the future of work. It's when you finish school, it's when you're out of campus that you have an understanding that what they're teaching you on campus is different from what they're teaching you for you to even get a job, not alone to succeed on that road. So what I'm trying to say is, for our lecturers and teachers in the educational space, we should accept that AI is here to stay, but our ability to partner with AI will record more impact. We don't have to be frigid. We don't have to be afraid that, oh, AI is here for real. You should accept it because when you accept it, it will help you. Whatever you're doing in the traditional way, AI will help you, to record more impact. By the time you infuse it, maybe you are the one that practically design lesson notes. I mean, who design lesson? I'm sorry, some people are still be designing lesson notes. But what I'm trying to say is, whatever you're doing, just automate it. Just bring AI into the system and it will help you. In fact, what you're doing currently, you can ask AI that
Yeah,
how can I do better with this thing that I'm doing? I
yeah,
promise you, AI will tell you that this is what you're doing wrong. Because with AI is able to put strategically mentor somebody or somebody one-on-one, because that's what the old traditional method is not doing. The
yeah,
traditional method is just targeting everybody. But with AI, there's one-on-one. It tends to measure where you are, your skill gap, and how it can help you. And because with AI have access to a lot of data outside your geographical zone, like outside your country, it has a lot of data. So wherever you want to go to, AI have a data of how to help you to get there. So implementing AI, accepting AI will be to your advantage. I don't think it's something that everybody should fight, but AI is really here to stay. And so when we buy into it, when we marry AI, I'm sure that we're going to record a lot of successes. Yeah.
All right, I like that word when we marry AI.
Allegedly.
So we're having a lot of weddings. We're having a lot of weddings. People are now we're now getting married to AI. All right, thank you so much for that, Israel. I mean, that again, that's eye opening, and you've said a lot about integrating AI into our work system. All right, so let's look at the opportunities because there are still a lot of people. I know you mentioned some of the benefits of integrating AI into our work system and how we should also know that as teachers, lecturers, and even learners, we can use AI successfully because of its data. I mean, the amount of data, yes, which I completely agree. Because before that time, before now, we would always go to the library, and the data that we have is what has been written in the books. Meanwhile, some of those books that we read were written in many years ago, right? Some of them were written like a decade, 5 years, and things have changed. But because they're traditional process, they can't withdraw those books and begin to put out. But right now, data, we have instant data, live data where data are being updated day in, day out. So yes, you're right. But let's look at the opportunities. What are the opportunities for young teenagers and youth, right? Because we've had conversations, because of where I am, my location is reducing, it's a limitation to me learning. Now that we have AI, what are the opportunities? I mean, tell us some of the opportunities available for youth and teenagers.
Yeah, thank you. I know that those challenges are still there. We have people that there's no even internet penetration in their area where they're staying right now. There are some people that are still staying in the rural extreme area where technology has not catch up with them, especially in Africa. I know that. But yeah, what I'm going to say is we are in a digital transformation era, either we like it or not. And yeah, a lot of things keep changing. Wherever we are, really, just curiosity for knowledge. I believe that's where it starts from. Because if you're curious, you want to learn. Life has a way of whatever you want happen. Life will have a way of putting things together. I don't know how to explain it, but whatever you sincerely desire, I mean, if you're a person of faith, you're believing, you're praying, somehow life have a way of putting these things together and it's become your path. So for people that don't have access to digital information, or I mean maybe they're still in 10 years ago, because there are some people that are not in this generation. They're still in 10 years ago as far as technology is concerned. But my emphasis is for young people, just be curious. Be curious to learn. Just ask questions, right? Ask questions. For people that have access to devices, smartphones, just be curious, learn, just ability to learn what is happening. You see, what is happening all over the world, because sometimes the country that you stay in, you might be 5 years behind, you might be 2 years behind with what is happening in the current technology market space. Right? So just keeping pace, just your ability to learn, to know what is happening, what people are doing right now in this generation, what is happening in the technology space, and also for your industry. If you're in the teaching industry, you're in healthcare, you are in whatever, just ability to know what is going on, like what is happening, what are the skills that is relevant right now. Because I know some people graduated last week, but I need to tell you that your certificate, that graduation that you have last week, is outdated already. Once you have the result, once you have the certificate, what you have right there is outdated already, because there's another knowledge, there's something else, right? So just people to be curious, just ability to learn, but continuous learning.
Mm.
Because if you stop learning, I don't know, someone said that not somebody stop learning, the person has start dying. So if you don't want to die, don't stop learning. Right.
Yeah.
So just keep learning, keep evolving, because
Keeps
all,
learning.
all of these things, right, they are changing. That's the best way I can. They are changing. Whatever you think you know right now, another one is out there. Now, we are not the custodian. We are not the one. I mean, God help Africa, God help us, but we are not privileged to find many of these things. We are not privileged enough, to be a custodian of many of these things that are serving the world. So it's what is coming from the first world founder, the first world nations. Most of them, most of these platforms, most of these devices, products, we are consuming it. They are the one that is founding it. So And those guys, obviously, they are way, way, way ahead. But so from our end, just ability to measure up. You might not have lights, you might not have network, but anytime you have access to maybe 2G network or 3G MTN in your village, or just
Area.
make sure that you
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
it very well, to learn, to get something that will be beneficial to whatever projects you have working on or whatever you have in your archive that you're trying to clear out. Just make sure that you're always getting the right information to assess what you can do better, how you can improve whatever you're doing. I think that curiosity mindset to actually go a long way because it will determine your path, who
Yeah.
you follow, who you listen to, just all of those things generally.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I want to
Yeah,
say to
yeah,
that.
you're very correct. I like the fact that you've been able to touchlight some of the things that is needed as an individual to tap into the opportunities that is available. Because of course we have so many opportunity. Information is one of the biggest opportunity, with AI. Because right now you can access all of the information in the world. So there's nothing like, oh, I've not traveled and I've been staying within a state for a while. You can be in one state and have access to numbers of information. And we've seen a lot of people from Africa doing great things because of the access to information. And that is one of the things that AI can also usher. Then another thing is the opportunities like jobs, job creation, so many other things that we can't even mention because of time. But in all, I totally, agree with you that be curious, have a curious mindset, and that will open you up and keep learning. Like you said, you might not die physically, but mentally, the very moment you stop learning, you're dying mentally, some sort of, maybe not physically because you're now behind some sort of, right. So it's important, get on the AI, not AI, use it for AI for negative reasons, but there's so many positive opportunities that you all can tap into. So Israel, I don't know if you have one last statement that you'd like to say to our audience today before we call it a day.
So yes, AI is there to stay, and I encourage people to actually use it judiciously. There are bad ways to use AI, there are good ways to use AI. But if you use AI very well, it's going to help your efforts. Like you will record multiple outcome from it,
Yeah.
and also I need to say that whatever you're doing pretty well, what makes AI good is because it has some data that you don't have. AI
That's
have access to some data that you don't have. So asking, and that's why I talked about prompting earlier. Just you should learn how to prompt the AI, like
mm,
have a conversation. You don't have source everything, just like I said earlier, you don't have source everything to AI. Just ask AI the right question. Sometimes just use AI to do research. You're not asking it to do anything for you, but you just want to know. Just asking him for knowledge, for facts. I think that's the best way to use AI. Just asking him things to do. So if you're a student, you're still in school, you're still on campus, and there's something that your lecturer is teaching you and you don't understand, just ask AI that my lecturer is teaching me chess law. I don't know all of those things they taught me. I forgot, but whatever. Just say your lecturer taught you chess law or Avogadro's law, and you are saying what is the origin of this Avogadro's law? Who is the author? Who
yeah.
started it? What are the principles behind it? Those are the questions you should be asking AI. By the time you ask AI all of these questions, because it has a lot of data, it will not explain to you how the genesis of this law comes about, what happened, what is the history. And I believe that for young people, for students, see, you're in a age where you don't have excuse. Well, maybe you do, but you don't have an excuse, right? Because AI is here and you can always ask him any
Yeah.
of those. Don't worry. Don't worry. Whatever your lecturer teach you and you don't understand, just go online, go and Google and ask AI.
Is
I'm sure it will give you facts that you will
yeah.
learn from.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thank you so much, Israel. It was so nice having you on the show. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us on AI and learning. And I'm sure that our audience, the young youth, the teenagers, they've been able to get one or two things from what you've said. So until we'll come your way later, from all the TTS team together with our audience, we are saying thank you to Israel, and we look forward to having more partnership with you. Thank you so much, Israel.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. So to everyone listening to us, thank you so much for tuning into this edition of TTS podcast. Until we'll come your way later. If you are not following, please click the follow button. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channels, you're missing a lot because information they say is very important. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and we will catch up with you much later. So from me and the TTS team, bye for now. Bye.